Okay. We have a change in the lineup. Okay, this is a big deal. I'm kind of stoked about this, to be honest. An Olympus OM-2. Oh, you thought we didn't talk about Olympuses on this channel? Guess again. I've not had a chance to repair any Olympuses on this channel just yet, but I did get this in the mail not too long ago. Came in with ME Super and a Canonet, and it also came in with this 50mm 3.5 macro lens, which is pretty slick, if you ask me. I'm gonna probably do some fun stuff with this lens. I'm looking forward to it, but for now let's talk about the camera, because this thing is a beaut. Now, I've talked a little bit about Olympus things and kind of my feelings towards them. I'm a little bit on the fence on some of the design choices, I should say, and just like the technical decisions. I think the OM-10 is terrible. I think the OM-1 is confusing to work on, but I like it, and I think I really like the OM-2. Always kind of have. There's a few things about it really that I want to highlight, but for now let's do a quick breakdown of the camera. It's pretty much the standard size, body type as the OM-1, with a few main differences. One being this dial up here controls more than just on-off. You have a few other options. The other being the wheel itself here, the shutter speed selector wheel. Here, you can't move it all the way to bulb. You have to press this bulb lock button on the bottom and then slide that over. Also on the top here, your ASA and exposure compensation dial is a little bit different. They kept the rewind button right here for whatever odd reason. I think that was just like a I really think that was some kind of dare, like, oh, we'll put it in a weird spot because no one else will. I don't know, it makes no sense to me, but anyway, so that's still there. The hot shoe on here is also a little bit different as well. It still has the kind of weird screwing mechanism in there, so you could probably get an OM-2 without a hot shoe entirely. That does happen, but no need to fear, because there's a flash sync point on the side there. On the bottom here, the battery port is different as well. Instead of taking one of the, I can never remember the name off the top of my head. I don't have any batteries, but it takes a different battery than the OM-1. Do I have any? Aha, yes. So the OM-1 takes one of these, 625A 1.5 volt. I guess it's the PX65 LR9. The OM-2 takes two LR44 batteries like this. There's a little indication in there that tells you which way to orient the batteries, which is super helpful. Positive side up, because we are positive today. Screw that in as such. Maybe. Somehow got that cross-threaded. I don't know how that happens. What are we even doing here? On the top here, like I said, you've got the exposure compensation and ASA dial. It's all kind of put into the same little wheel. So what we're gonna do to adjust it, oh yeah, is if you want to adjust the ASA, you lift up on this and rotate it around. So say we're shooting 800 ASA film. And then what you want to do is you want to slide this in so this lines up with that line there, because you don't want to be shooting it compensated at all. Unless you do, then that's something you can do. But to adjust the ASA, that's how you do that, and you just slide it back there. So kind of a weird system, I grant you, but I do think it's nice to kind of have it all put together in one little place. And then on this side, as I mentioned previously, you have a few more options. There's a little bit more you can do with this camera than just on-off, such as the OM-1. So you've got the check reset button, which is right here, and this is the check to make sure you have power. There's a little LED right there. there's the auto, off, and manual. So manual will overwrite any automatic controls and will just fire the shutter speeds that you select on the front here. Auto oh yeah, this is one of the most unassuming automatic cameras I think I've ever seen, given that it looks virtually identical to an OM-1 outside of the 2 that's right there, and I guess the 2 that's right there, and those small details. It doesn't look like it should have an auto setting for whatever reason, but it does, and I think it's a pretty decent auto setting from what I remember. I've seen many of these with issues. This one in particular seems to be fine, but the thing that really sticks out to me, and you might be able to make this out, but in the viewfinder there, you can see what I'm on about. Lord have mercy. Okay, so you see that indicator that's right there. Yeah, so that needle is going to settle where it thinks the shutter speed should be at. Now if I move it to manual, that goes away, and it's the simple bracketing system that you saw in the OM-1. And it's that little attention to detail that I really genuinely love. Now I would maybe like it a little bit more if you're on manual and there was some indication of what shutter speed you were shooting at, but that's just because I really like that more information. I feel like it always benefits. And then if you turn it off, all of that goes away. And that's just a detail about this camera that I've always really enjoyed. So let's load a roll of film into it. We'll load the test roll of film so I can show you kind of how that works. Pop that in like so, lead this over into here, and then advance, advance. Okay, and now at this point you want to close the back. We're not going to do that because this roll of film is very fried, so we're just going to fire through it a few times. I do need to adjust the advance lever. This will probably be the repair video I make on this one because this is a very common issue where it just kind of sticks. It's actually one of the very first large Olympus repairs I did was replace this whole advance column, and it was actually a lot of fun. It was the first and only Olympus repair that I actually really enjoyed doing. The rest of repairs in this are very tedious, but we'll get to that later. So now say you shot through your whole roll, yay, it turns out great, you love the experience. So we're gonna go over here, move this up there like so, so this sits in line with the logo right there, and then you can just reel it in, reel in those good shots, reel in the masterpiece, and you're good to go. Obviously, again, you're doing all of that with the back closed. I do that open for demonstration purposes. There is a memo slot in the back here, which I think is nice. The back is also detachable if you feel the need to do that, which you shouldn't, but you know, maybe you feel like you want to. Something else you need to look out for a lot of the times on these Olympuses, certain camera repair for refurbishing shops will try and take off the front plate, and then when they put it back on, or they take off the leather for whatever reason, they'll glue it in. And in doing so, they will also get glue on the latching mechanism. So the back door will not open because you need to pull up on this for that to open. The latching mechanism sits here. The glue will seep in and just kind of seal this shut. I've seen that happen quite a bit. So I guess if that does happen, shoot me an email down below. You can shoot a comment down below. You can type in a comment down below, let me know, shoot me an email, or reach out to someone else that you trust and are confident in their camera repair abilities. It is fixable, but it's one of those things like, why are you doing this? But yeah, other than that, it's a fairly straightforward camera. I really like the compact form of the OM-2. I think it's a very nice bridge from more mechanical based cameras into more electrically working cameras because it really doesn't work without power. We'll demonstrate that by taking out the batteries. Okay, we'll just leave that off because I don't need to put it back on. Okay, no batteries, right? Absolutely no batteries. Put it on auto, or put on manual, because it should work on manual, and then we'll fire it 1/25th, right? And this is what happens. So if you see this happening, and if you did put fresh batteries in, that's another cause of concern. But if you don't have batteries in it, or if you just pick it up from somebody on Craigslist or get it in the mail from eBay or whatever, and it does this, all you have to do is move over here, press in on this, and then slide it over. Now you can fire on bulb all you want, because that is a mechanical speed, but other than that, it will not work without batteries in it. So that's something to keep in mind. Make sure you have fresh batteries in, it has the check light for you to do so. And then other than that, it's a pretty straightforward camera. So yeah, that is it. That is the OM-2. Be honest, this is one of the first cameras that I've gotten in quite a while that I've actually been excited for. Mostly because I don't really have a lot of Olympus stuff. I have 2 OM1s now, I think. One of them works, the other does not. I have 2 OM10s, one of them works, the other one does not. And now I have an OM2 that seems to work. I'll probably be shooting a test roll through this so I can do a comparison video from this to the OM1. But until that happens, I just wanted to talk about it briefly because it does make me very excited. And overall, I think it's a pretty good camera. There are a few issues with it, obviously. I'm not a huge fan that even the manual speeds are electronically controlled, but that's fine. And let's see. I'm kind of on the fence with this ASA dial, I'll be honest. I can see the allure to it. I do like everything kind of being compact. I just think that this kind of selection feels a little redundant. And also, I'm just going to go back to, I really don't like the frame counter being here. And I know that's like very nitpicky to be like, oh, the frame counter is really small and on the side. But it is, it's very small. And if you're like, I don't know, it's kind of a weird placement. I think having it so close to the advanced lever and having this advanced dial be so almost overbearing, it kind of clouds it in a way. But I'm looking at like just the most minute details, so if it doesn't bother you, you're totally within your right. This is just me trying to nitpick here. Other than that, I think it's a really fantastic camera. I've always enjoyed the eyepiece of the Olympuses. It's just always very bright in there, and yeah, viewfinder's fantastic. So that is it. That is my OM2 walkthrough slash bit of an opinion video on that. What do you think about the OM2 and the Olympus line in general? Do you have any thoughts, feelings, or opinions? I kind of do, but I'm looking forward to shooting with this and making another video about that. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you like Olympus cameras or not. Cool beans. All right. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.